What is an item that can be life changer and you can buy for less than $50? Mini said. A fire extinguisher. I didn't buy one for the longest time because I thought they were like $100, $200. Then I was in Home Depot one day, turns out you can get a small one for your kitchen for like $20. 123 Throwaway QWE said. Sorry. For home use, ABC fire extinguishers are the go-to. Nothing wrong with them, just be aware that the chemicals are caustic. If you have a fire going on in a house, the last thing you're thinking of is damage from the fire extinguisher, since the fire is going to be insanely worse. For automotive use, do not use ABC fire extinguishers. For one, they are a bit heat sensitive and can pop the relief valve. The chemicals will trash your car, inside and out. Get Halon or Halitron. These are more expensive, but are not only safer to use when combustibles are present, but also won't damage your paint like ABC can. A general engineer said. Halon is being phased out. The automotive fire extinguisher that I have is a powder-based BC. Halon has to be scavenged these days for aircraft fire bottles because it can no longer be produced. Halitron is an alternative that is available, and I highly recommend it if you don't mind spending the money on it. If you have a $10,000 plus investment, $120 doesn't seem like much to protect it. I don't have a Halitron fire extinguisher in my car because my car is older and not that valuable. Grigazaw said. Quick tip. A lot of people assume the best place to keep it is in the kitchen, since that's where the fire is most likely to start. It's actually a lot better to keep it somewhere else in the house that is along your escape route. If the kitchen is on fire and the fire extinguisher is already too near the flame to get safely, you haven't achieved anything. If you keep it near your escape route, you can always take it and go back to try and extinguish the flame. Clownfish Soup said. For the kitchen, you should have a small box of baking soda near the stove. Sprinkle it onto burning grease fires and it gets them out in a hurry. Not only does it smother the flames physically, but sodium bicarbonate when heated converts to sodium carbonate and CO2, which smothers the fire as well. We learned this in Boy Scouts, and I got to try it out when a friend was making bacon in her oven, and the pan of burning bacon and bacon grease could not be smothered by holding the door shut real tight. A few handfuls of baking soda had it under control very quickly. Mortal Glitter said. Forearm forklifts. They are now pre-housewarming presents for anyone moving. 2 people moved a front load washer downstairs and neither of us screwed our backs up in the process. Those suckers weigh a solid couple hundred pounds with the stabilizing weights and are unwieldy to boot, but we were able to maneuver it very well with the straps. They are a brilliant invention. I can't recommend them enough. Bundle Off Joysticks said. The best part is when you go to the store you can pretend you're pregnant or you have a female so who is, which implies to the store clerk you're erotic Chad, when in actuality the last person to see your privates was your pediatrician back when the Twin Towers were still casting their majestic shadow over Rudy Giuliani's fair city. Rogops 1990 said. A portable car battery charger. Saved my ass and some friends' asses numerous times. Don't have to flag someone down and get a jump from them. It's super easy with the portable charger, and some also come with a USB port to charge your phone too. Stefan Lippick said. The headrests on most vehicles are designed to come out and can be used to smash the windows. Important to know, the windows on cars are tempered glass, so they are very impact resistant in the middle of the window. The weak points are the sides. So don't strike the window dead center. You'll have to use a lot more force to break it. Veach Dave said. My father gave me one as a Christmas gift the last year before he passed from his battle with cancer. It has a jumper pack, tire pump gauge, flashlight, USB charger. It's one of my prized possessions. It's just too damn useful. Power out? You've got a phone charger and a flashlight, 4 hours. Dead battery after you left your lights on for 3 hours at the movie theater? Low tire? Camping power source. It's amazing. Thanks, Dad. Uncle Kojeya said. A carbon monoxide detector. Please buy one. I spent a few months not feeling very well and being tired all the time. Turns out there was an issue with my boiler. The readings weren't deadly, but way beyond a safe amount. At the best you can expect to not feel well, at the worst you could die alongside anybody else in your home. They're cheap to buy, even the fancy ones with the digital readouts aren't expensive. Please buy one if you haven't got one already. My best space helmet said. I just want to mention why. If you don't have a thermometer, you basically need to overcook all your meat to ensure it's safe to eat. With an instant read thermometer, you can check it in several places and get it very close to the safety standard without overcooking it. Your food will be safer to eat and it'll taste better. Jal said. Not one that's going to pass, which might be fine for a lot of people, but if you need to get any decent use out of them, then $50 isn't anywhere near enough. I used to buy the best tools around, but after enough years I realized that the best place to get quality tools is at estate garage sales. You can find some high-quality stuff that people just don't want to keep. Janice89 said. No particular order. Self-draining soap dish, no more having to empty out nasty soap scum water. Nail trimmer that stores clippings, one less thing to sweep up. Refillable highlighter, great for students. Cheap fountain pen, way better than a disposable Bic. Elastic shoelaces, very comfy. Flat keyring, no longer feel like you'll tear out your nail if you need to take something off. Mechanical keyboard, results may vary with under $50, but the ones I've got used were still leagues better than rubber domes. If you type a bunch or game, a mechanical keyboard is great. Pencil holder, stop throwing away pencil stubs and use them up. Very good if you like to use fancy pencils and don't want to waste any. Bookstand, you'd be surprised how much more pleasant it is to read when you don't have to strain your neck. Lazy reader glasses, read in bed. Safety razor, just as good as multi-blade ones and the savings add up. Tongue scraper, seriously reduces bad breath. Tube ringer, anything in the tube can be squeezed out. Toothpaste, expensive paints, expensive cosmetics, prescription creams, spreads that come in tubes, etc. With the ringer you get all the stuff out and leave nothing behind. Spasinger said. 100% with you on the safety razor. I started with the Merkur HD, which is well under $50. Perfect for a beginner. Just let the weight of the handle do all the work. You can also buy a blade variety pack to hone in which one works best for you. I've since purchased a feather safety razor that I use with feather blades. It's pretty much overkill, but it's full stainless steel and will last until the day I die. Also, get a good set nail clipper. Something like a Seiki or Paretta. They will pretty much never dull, and they will be the last clippers you ever buy. Clownfish Soup said. You know what's ironically hilarious about the EpiPen is that the brand name EpiPen is $600 plus, however the generic brand item is maybe half of that. But here's the kicker, Mylan is the manufacturer of both EpiPen and the generic. Same product from the same manufacturer. They make the generic so that if your insurance plan only covers generics, you buy it from them. If your insurance plan only allows you to buy brand name, you buy it from them. We switched to AviKey, which has an electronic voice instructions play when you pull the cap. His helps if someone else has to administer it to you. With my insurance the pens only cost a small copay, but it is absolutely ridiculous that they cost $600 plus for one. Wolfstrong said. A good set of jumper cables, thicker the gauge the better. I've almost never needed a jump myself, but I've helped out so many other people that I consider them invaluable. Often the problem people have is they rely on those battery-operated ones that don't have the punch, or cables that are too small of a gauge to properly deliver the amps needed. Remember, with modern cars, you aren't only delivering power to the starter, but all the electronics in the car as well. Also consider a beach chair, towel, water, and some granola bars to be kept in your trunk. Mr. Oddball said. Proper shaving kit. Even if you keep your tin of gel and just buy a good day razor and blades, you will learn to look after your skin. You will stop polluting with the horrible cartridges that are mixed media and go to landfill. Blades are easily recycled, and most importantly you will appreciate the 5 minutes of me time you'll get while looking after your face. You can get almost 2 years worth of blades, based on 3 shaves per blade, for around £10, so you will have cash left over to treat yourself to something nice. Owasamanonxade said. Command strips, the sticky Velcro pads. I use them at home and at work. They come in hundreds of varieties, some are even waterproof. If you live in an apartment, and don't want to worry about patching hole from nails, command strip it. Live in a coffin rack on a boat and want to personalize your limited space, command strip. Want to cable manage your home entertainment system? They have a command strip for that. I just bought my first home and I didn't want to put holes into the walls because I will have to sell it later when I transfer, so I hung up all my blackout curtains with command strips. They are cheap, come in multiple styles and varieties, and are just super useful. Aplasanda Ranges 990 said. A bottle of vitamin D in a form that is acceptable for your digestion. Unless your doctor forbid it, you should take some amount of vitamin D regularly. There are some studies connecting chronic very low Vit D with start of MEs. One study from Austria noticed less severe mental issues after few years of mass prescriptions of vitamin D to adults. Immune system cannot work without it. Also glands, bone density needs both calcium and vitamin D. Brain needs it, too. Again, unless your doctor forbid it, try taking it for 2 months and see for yourself. Murder Weepin said. Vietnamese coffee packets from G7 I think. They're so good. It's instant coffee, creamer, and sugar all in one packet. On its own and mixed with other stuff is truly phenomenal. They're quick, easy, and delicious, which is perfect for me going back to school and for things to get done quicker and also me being impatient. Please, get them. You can get a huge package of like a ton of them for $30 on Amazon. Seriously, they're bussin'. Card6 said. A Bluetooth radio transmitter. About $25 online. They plug into the outlet of your car and give you Bluetooth capabilities if your car is too old to have it. Just select a dead frequency on your radio, select that frequency on the transmitter, connect your phone to the transmitter's Bluetooth, and you're ready to play music and make calls. It works by connecting to your phone via Bluetooth, and then transmitting a small radio signal that your car's radio can pick up. The only catch is long-distance driving, where you might encounter interference if you come within range of the dead frequency you selected. If this happens, just change to a different frequency. This isn't a common problem for me and 99% of the time my music is crystal clear. Played Yun Baha said. A $10 minus $15 horseshoe-shaped travel pillow is the best pillow I have ever bought. Lay it flat and your head goes inside the horseshoe. Cradles your head perfectly while allowing airflow underneath so you don't get too warm and it keep your head at the perfect level, not too low or too high. It also helps to support your head and neck while you sleep so you're less likely to sleep on it wrong. Mr. Justice 90 said. So, mine's not as life-changing as everybody else's, but I am a frequent YouTube watcher. Especially on long car drives. I was finding that my phone was running out of battery really fast. Got a YouTube Premium subscription. You can download videos so you're not using Wi-Fi. You can have the screen off so you can listen to them while driving. There's no ads. It's one of those things that I thought was super silly until I got it. Edit. To add on, you also get YouTube Music without ads, which is basically Spotify. 00ZAU said. Just, like, buy some extra charging cables. I've got a cord permanently plugged into my car that I can plug my phone or AirDer on. I've got another plugged into the wall next to my bed. I've got a third plugged into my desktop for when I need to move files. And I've got at least one more for taking on trips and shit. Screw moving cables around and trying to remember where you left them. If I get in the car and have low battery, I don't have to go find my cable. If I'm inside and have low battery, I don't have to remember where I used it last. On a similar note, a cigarette lighter outlet splitter for your car. I've only got one native USB port, which is always used by my MP3 player to play music. Bluetooth drains the battery too fast and is slower to hook up. I've got one brick plugged in that gives me 4 more USB ports, which is more than you ever need, and gives me 2 more SIG outlets to plug my GPS into. Infinite Name Options said. Mattress cover. Keeps the mattress itself clean and fresh, while adding any number of possible benefits. I have one that keeps the bed cooler, but there are also ones that will seal it up if bed bugs are a potential concern, or ones that are for allergies, or just ones to keep things clean. I took it off to wash it the other day, and was taken aback by just how pristine the mattress still looks. Of course, it might be time for me to replace the cover. Oh no. Series Hybrid said. I write articles and use my laptop in the den, and also in bed. I got a cordless mouse, which was great, but once I bought a silent click cordless mouse, it was a big benefit for a tiny extra price. Since I moved my laptop around, the other best additions were a second charger, and a second mouse, and 2 sets of earbuds. When I change rooms, I only need to move the laptop itself. CT 5736 Gladys said. A decent pocket knife with a built-in glass break or something like this. Keep this in your car where you can get to it in an emergency. If you get trapped in your car and you need out and you can't open the door, use the seatbelt cutter and glass breaker on the knife to free yourself and get to safety. The same can be said if you come across someone who is in need of rescue. It's also a good self-defense weapon, the stabby cutty part of the blade. In general, a pocket knife is a great thing to have. Terabyte said. If you own a Samsung Galaxy 8 and up, get yourself a USB-C to HDMI adapter. Plug it into your TV. You're welcome. You now have a Google Chromebook on your TV monitor. Hell, you can do this on PC too. It's really dope. But if you're looking to up the game, buy a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard. I have them in my car and they are paired to my phone. I use it at cons and my dad's when I want to do some cool shit. Stitch Mida 2 said. A massage gun. My boyfriend bought one for like $35 and used it on me. I had spots on me that I didn't know were even tight. After we were done, I never felt more loose in my life. I swear to God, my whole body felt like Play-Doh. When I stood up, I felt like I was walking on air and like I had grown a few inches taller. And it's been weeks since then and I feel amazing. Less aches and pains. Combine that with some daily stretching and occasionally using the gun again in problem areas and I just feel great. Using it on the muscles in my butt, thighs, and shoulders made the most difference. Just don't use the gun where there's bones because it really hurts when that thing punches a bone.